Hola Seekers, mi nombre es Kim and bienvenidos to A Pick a Card. In this reading, we will receive messages from the angels, and these messages can be in regards to any topic or situation. And to receive these messages, we will use tarot and oracle cards, stars that have letters, numbers, and astrological signs, some mini hand-drawn cards representing the 7 main chakras, and I have also created these new cards that are here to help us see what angels, archangels, or spirits are currently assisting you with your healing, bringing you guidance, or just accompanying you on this spiritual or personal journey of yours. And as always, at the very end, I will pull out some messages from our note jar, okay? So we have 3 groups to choose from. Representing our first group is this raw clear quartz crystal. For our second group, we have this Herkimer crystal. And for our third group, we have this cluster clear quartz crystal. Okay? So as always, take as much time as necessary, pause the video if you need to, and once you've chosen your crystal, then head on over to the comment section where the timestamps are provided. Again, we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay? So now that you've chosen, let's jump into your reading. Hello Seekers who chose the raw clear quartz crystal. Before we get into the reading, I'd like to pull out some stars. Now these can serve as confirmation. So we have Aquarius and we have Virgo. So these might be your sun, moon, or rising. And then we have we did have the letter Y. So this might be a letter of your first or last name or a nickname. And now I'm going to pull out a card to see what is the chakra that the angels are working with you at this moment. So we have the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Okay, we'll put this right here. And lastly, we are going to see who is with you at this moment, guarding you, guiding you, helping you through this healing and spiritual journey. Okay, so we have 1. Ooh, and we have Archangel Raziel. Okay? So Archangel Raziel knows and holds all the secrets of the universe. So with this much infinite wisdom, this archangel will be able to assist you in turning your knowledge into wisdom. So it is learning to see the lessons and the perceived obstacles, failures, or setbacks, as well as realizing any cycles that you're currently in, which are holding you back from embodying your most authentic self and realizing your truest potential. So if you currently feel like you're stuck, then Archangel Raziel is here to help you realize if you are currently in a cycle, what is the root cause of this cycle, and how to break away from it. And through this understanding, you will gain the wisdom to never ever fall into this cycle again. Now, this Archangel also helps with realizing and connecting with your power and your gifts. Now, this might be your spiritual gifts, but it is also more of the power in self. So if you feel like you are not able to speak your truth, this archangel will help you with communicating it, with reclaiming your voice if you feel like you have lost it or if it has been taken away from you. Now, Archangel Raziel is associated with the color indigo, and there are some people who claim that they see rainbows whenever they are working with this archangel. So if you have been seeing rainbows recently, be it in real life or through images or in visions, in your dreams and meditations, or you've been seeing the color indigo, you have been attracted to it recently, then that may be Archangel Raziel trying to connect or communicate with you, or letting you know that he is here working with you, okay? So there were a lot of intuitive messages for this group. The first one I received was remain calm and remain patient. I did get a visual of dandelion duff. Now I know that we associate dandelions with wishes, but I was sensing it more like release, letting go of things that have been weighing heavy on you. And if you are going through that journey of forgiveness, of letting go of any anger, resentment, or of any situation that you've been holding on to that has been causing you a lot of pain, then again, the message remain patient is coming through. Because if you're thinking that it's going to be like this forever, that you're going to feel like this forever, the angels want to reassure you that that is not the case. This can be released and you will release it, and they are helping you to do so. Now, this is the message that came through. You are not without. Remain steady and firm. We are walking side by side with you. Okay, so now I will move into the cards. So the first card to represent the overall energy is the Nine of Bows, respect, and to clarify, we have seasons in reverse. So the Nine of Bows is the Nine of Wands in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and this speaks of fatigue, feeling like you are in an ongoing battle, facing obstacle after obstacle. Now, even with all of this heavy energy, when the Nine of Wands pops up in a reading, it is asking you to persevere, persist, and to keep pushing forward, because there is a lesson that needs to be learned from all of these perceived obstacles. Now, the Nine of Wands is showing up as an energy of respect in this specific deck. So I feel you are being asked to reassess your boundaries, whether you have any. And if you do, have you been honoring and respecting them lately? Because if you have been feeling fatigue or energetically drained recently, it is possibly because you have either been giving too much of yourself. So it is time to ask yourself, how much time, space, and energy have I been giving to others in contrast to how much of it I have been giving it to self? Now, these questions can apply to your work, school, and or personal life. So, for example, if you have a set time in your work, and that is your boundary, you're working from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, let's say, but then you find yourself answering emails at 10 p.m. in the night or at 1 a.m., then that is a sign that you are crossing a boundary. You are allowing for others to come into your space at any moment of the day. So then, what moments are for you, are for self? So now, in terms of personal life, this is also noticing whether there are people around you who are not really considering your space, your state of mind, your energy. Sometimes we have those family members, acquaintances, friends who barge into our space and start spilling their emotional baggage on us or their problems without even asking if we're up for it, if we're open to that. You know, we're not always in the right state of mind to be hearing other people's problems or to receive that heavy energy from them. So if there are people like that around you, then it is time to become aware of how often you are allowing this to happen. Now, this energy can go two ways, right? So this is also becoming aware if you are the one who's overstepping other people's boundaries, and it's being honest with self. See if you're the one who's not being considerate of other people's emotional state or mental state or of their time and of their space. Now, this crossing of boundaries might be a cycle that you have been in. Like you set your boundaries, but then after a while you forget about them, you overstep them. So it's also seeing, why is it that this cycle keeps occurring? Do you feel you are obligated to do this? Do you feel that other people owe you this time and space? It is being honest with self in order to find the root cause of this ongoing cycle. We do have the heart and the throat chakra here. The throat chakra is all about communication and speaking your truth. And the heart chakra is all about authenticity, compassion, forgiveness, and kindness. Now, if you have been feeling anger or resentment towards someone who has crossed your boundaries, then we did receive a message of forgiveness at the beginning. So I feel your angels are asking you to practice forgiveness, because I know sometimes it is difficult for us to forgive because we feel that once we do that, we absolve the other person of their misdeeds, but that is not the case. Forgiveness is what allows us to release and to let go of that which is blocking us or causing us pain. Because pain, when we do not acknowledge it for what it is, and we do not release it, it festers and it turns into anger. It turns into resentment. So notice that this is pain that you are feeling. And the best salve for pain is compassion, it's kindness, it's forgiveness. So allow yourself that balm, let's say that healing balm, and forgive so that you will no longer feel these heavy energies. Now, we do have the Seasons card, and this speaks of transitions and transformations. It is surrendering to change in order to allow for cycles or phases to end so new ones can begin. But since it is being represented as seasons, I associate it with releasing and letting go. And we do have this card in reverse. So I am seeing that there is a blockage in regards to transitions. Something cannot end because you cannot seem to let go of it. Now, the Nine of Bows, as we mentioned previously, can be a very persistent energy, but sometimes it can become stubborn because this here is an energy that claims, that feels something is owed to them, that something belongs to them. If something has recently ended or something has not worked out how you expected it to or wanted it to, and you are holding on to it still, you can't seem to let go of it, then it's time to realize, why is it that you can't let go of it? Is it really the thing itself? It might even be a person, or is it the expectation or the dream you hoped would come true with the help of this person, through this connection, through this project, through this business, etc.? Because if that is the case, then know that the dream itself has not been taken away from you. That is yours. And what is yours, what is of you, can never be taken away from you. It is just that this dream was not meant to manifest in this place, in this situation, or with this person. It just means that there's someone or something else that will better suit this dream of yours in order to bring it into reality. So I know that when something does not work out for us, we tend to feel angry. And that is okay to feel that. But it's better to understand where these emotions are coming from. Why is the real reason we can't let go of something, so that we can better understand it and we can start releasing it, so that we can allow for this cycle to finally end, so that our new phase of our journey can finally begin. Because I am seeing that there is a new beginning for you guys. This Seasons card, even though it's in reverse, the energy is here, and that talks about changes. We have the number 9 here, which speaks of coming to the ending of a cycle. So do not hold on to what didn't work out, because you are blocking yourself from what will work out for you guys. So if you have been trying to manifest something, have been praying for a change, but again, you feel like you're just stuck in this repetitive cycle, the same situations keep showing up, the same type of people, or the same people keep showing up in the same energy, then know that this is universe answering your prayers. And I know that's a bit confusing, but I always say be careful what it is that you wish for, because when you ask for something, what the universe does is it shows you that you already have it within you. The only reason why you're not seeing it, experiencing it, or feeling it is because something is blocking it. There is gunk that is covering it. So the only way to show you what it is that you want is by releasing all of this unwanted gunk. So what the universe is doing at this moment is it's showing you what is blocking your manifestation. What is it that you need to remove and to let go of in order for what it is that you desire to finally come to the surface? So for example, if you have been praying for love, you are already love. You have love within. So if recently you've been feeling frustrated, angry, envious, jealous, resentful, then this is all of that gunk that has been blocking that love. And that's why at this moment you are feeling all of those energies, because you are releasing them. Because the universe is helping you bring up what it is that you have been asking for, which is love. And when we finally connect with that energy, when we finally feel into that love that we held within, that is when it can finally manifest into the material plane. In order to manifest something, we need to connect with it first energetically. Once we form that connection, then we can bring it into the physical. So again, if you're calling in something specific, be it an opportunity, be it financial abundance, and you see that the same kind of energy keeps showing up in your life, and you're wondering why, if what I want is peace, what I want is prosperity, then this is because those are the things that do not vibe with what it is that you want to manifest. And so the universe is asking you to choose. Because these things do not vibe, it's one or the other. Sort of like that. So it's time to let go of what it is that you don't want to make space for what it is that you do desire. Now, if you have been having the same arguments with a specific person, and it feels like that repetitive cycle of confrontations, then your angels are asking you to choose to show up differently. We cannot control how another person shows up, how another person reacts, but we can decide how we show up. So you can choose to show up in compassion and understanding. Remember how we were talking about pain, how it can transform into anger. So this is choosing to show up in awareness by realizing that this other person who is showing up in anger or hate is probably coming from a space of pain. And again, you don't have to, but you can decide to have compassion and understanding for them, and then decide to respond rather than react to them. So instead of fueling the fire and responding with hate, responding with pain, responding with anger, you hold space for that person. You disconnect from that heavy energy that they are trying to push into your space. You say no to it. And I will assure you that once you choose to do this, then you will be breaking a cycle because you are deciding to show up differently. Okay? Really quick, a last message. If some of you are currently working on a project, a business, a career, and you feel like there is no progress, that it's just taking forever for this thing to flourish, and you've been feeling pretty frustrated about it, and this frustration has caused you to compare yourself to others who are pursuing the same thing as you or working on something similar as you, and you possibly even felt envy towards them. First of all, please know there is absolutely no shame whatsoever in feeling these emotions. It's just that when we hold on to them and we keep feeding it, then that becomes an obstacle in and of itself because it blocks our creativity and our inspiration. Because when we feel envy, we start comparing ourselves to others, and then we kind of remove ourselves from our own individuality or uniqueness, because we might start feeling like we're not enough, like what we bring to the table is not special. And this is about realizing that every journey has its own organic pace, and I feel like your growth just requires a slower process. And the only reason that is, it's because whatever you're building is meant to have a very firm and strong foundation, because this is for the long term. This is something that is meant to last and stay. It's like a flower and a tree. The flower might take a few months to grow, but the tree, it takes years for it to fully blossom and flourish. And we know how hard it is to uproot a tree. So you are the tree. Allow yourself to grow at your process without feeling any resentment toward your growth. But I want to pull out a message from the note jar. Open your heart, and when you do, think of me. We do have the heart chakra here. I don't know, I feel like this might be a message from Archangel Raziel. Yeah, so that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello seekers who chose the Herkimer crystal. So I just want to quickly talk about this crystal. This one's actually used to help you connect with angelic beings or with higher dimensional beings, spirit guides and such. And this crystal is actually known as one of the highest vibrational crystals, so it helps amplify the energy of other crystals around it. It also helps amplify your own psychic abilities, especially clairaudience. So if you've been seeking to strengthen your telepathic abilities or to be able to hear spirit more clear, then the Herkimer crystal might be the crystal for you. Okay, but now I would like to pull out some stars, and these will be a form of confirmation for you. So we have the letter F, the letter R, the number 5, and the letter H. So these might be letters of your first or last name. They might even be letters of the name of your spirit guide or of an angel you connect to. And then we do have the number 5. So 555 might be a number that you're seeing often, or this might be a birth month or a birthday or a significant number of yours. Okay, so this is just here to serve as some form of confirmation for you guys. Now I will pull out one of these cards just to see what is the chakra that the angels are working with you at this moment. Okay, so we have the root chakra. And now we are going to see who it is that is currently working with you, guiding you, helping you, and accompanying you through your healing or spiritual journey. So a specific archangel or spirit. Okay, so we have quite a few. So we have... a loved one. Yeah, that's what I was feeling with these letters. Archangel Metatron and Archangel Sandalphon. Pronounce that right. So remember how I mentioned how these might be letters of your spirit guide? And that was because I was feeling that probably one of your spirit guide or the spirit that you are connecting with is a loved one. So someone who was with you in this material plane but passed away, and this is who you pray to or connect to, or this is the spirit that is guiding you at this moment. So we do have Archangel Metatron. I don't know why, I don't know if I read this somewhere else, but whenever I think of Archangel Metatron, I think of like geometric shapes. Oh yeah, I just remembered, it's called sacred geometry. So Archangel Metatron works with sacred geometry to help cleanse and remove any heavy, low vibrational or negative energies. If you have been feeling pretty heavy energetically lately, or you feel like you're stuck just thinking the same negative thoughts, then Archangel Metatron will help you with clearing all of that. Okay, and then we do have Archangel Sandalphon. So Archangel Sandalphon is known to connect through music. This archangel is really good at connecting with your clairaudience. So that's what we were talking about with the Herkimer, right? This Herkimer helps with the clairaudient ability to strengthen it. And maybe the reason, if you have been called to this crystal, or why you chose this crystal, is because Archangel Sandalphon has been trying to connect with you or is reaching out to you. And I just feel like this Archangel just helps you connect more with the spirit realm, to hear messages possibly from loved ones or from your spirit guide. I don't know, I feel like a lot of you who chose this pile might be new to like this spiritual community or to like esoterics, might be new to connecting with angels or archangels, or you just discovered about spirit guides. And so that is why Archangel Sandalphon is working with you to find the best way to bring this connection between you and your spirit guides or your spirit team or your angels. Okay, so if you feel like you haven't been connecting, it's not because you have not been connecting, you have been connecting. It's just at this moment, we're just trying to figure out what is the best way to reach out to you, okay? So now I will move into the intuitive messages. So I did receive waking up and rise. So again, I'm feeling like you guys are going through some spiritual awakening, but I'm not really sensing that. It's like I feel like you're just opening yourself to something new, something that you have never tried before. Again, this might be in terms to the esoteric, or it might be in terms to something else. Because I also received the message forgetting in order to remember. Again, this reminds me of like a spiritual awakening in a sense that you're forgetting old programs, old beliefs that were possibly holding you back from showing up in your most authentic self or showing your true potential, and you're awakening to this new version of yourself that feels more aligned with your truth. And the last message I received is when the whistle blows, when the trumpet sounds. So again, I'm getting like an awakening. This doesn't have to be like spiritual awakening. It just feels like you're awakening to something new. You're seeing things from a new perspective. Possibly you're seeing new opportunities. You're seeing a new way of connecting with others, connecting with spirit, connecting with the world. But now I'm going to move into the cards. So we have the Four of Stones, protection, and to clarify, we have worker, and we have joy. So this joy card is calling out to me. We see a person here leaping right in front of the sun, and once this person leaps right in front of the sun, we see that all these clouds just move, they disperse. So I'm seeing spotlight here, but I'm seeing also a sense of clarity. So if you feel a little confused at this moment, again, if some of you are embarking on this spiritual journey and you've been trying to communicate with your spirit guides, if you've been trying to communicate with your angels, but you feel like you have not been connecting, please know that is not the case. You have been connecting. It's just, I feel like at this moment, because this is something new, you might be a little frightened of stepping into that unknown, to all these possibilities. So all that is needed is to realize that there is nothing to fear, because you are the only group that received 3 of these. So it feels like you are very loved, you are protected. We do have protection here. There is a lot of spirit guides, angels, loved ones who are around you. I'm even seeing it like spirit animals, but animal companions. So this might be pets that you had in this life that maybe possibly passed away, or it can even be pets that you still have with you, but they are also your spirit guides. That can happen. Like, we do not need to pass on in order to be a spirit guide to someone. We can still be alive, and our energy, our higher self, can be the spirit guide to someone else. So your pet might also be your spirit guide. Now, I heard this once before, but Archangel Metatron and Archangel Sandalphon are actually the only archangels who have lived a human life on this earth. And I find it pretty amusing because we do have the energy of loved ones here, and of course we know that these are beings who also lived a life here on earth. So some of you might be beginning a spiritual journey, and if that is the case, then know that these archangels know what it's like to go through it, to live a human life. So their energies are very gentle, and that is why I feel like they are here to help you discover how to better connect with spirit. So they come in as protection, they come in as comfort, because again, they already know what it is like to be human. So they won't do anything that might scare you. So know that there is nothing to fear. We do have the root chakra here, and when the root chakra is blocked, it's blocked because there is fear. The root chakra helps us ground, helps us feel safe, confident, and secure. So your angels just want you to know that you are safe, okay? That the spirit realm, the spirits are looking after you. And with this joy card, see how this person here is holding this stick? So this always reminds me of the magician, because I see this stick as a wand, but it's like this person is pretending to be the magician. It's sort of like acting it out. It's not really that they believe that they are the magician. So again, I'm seeing that some of you might be delving into the esoteric, into the spiritual arts. And if that is the case, you might be trying again to connect to spirit. But when you do so, it almost feels like you're pretending at it. You believe in all of this, but at the same time, you're skeptical about you. You're skeptical that you have the power to connect with spirit. If that is the case, please know that anyone and everyone can connect with spirit, because we are all spirit living a human experience. Okay? So you are always connected with spirit. I know there's a lot of pick a card readings about your spiritual abilities and such, but everybody has these abilities. It's like everyone has talents. It's just some of us, it comes a little more easier to us. But with a little practice, with a little patience, you can also build that talent, build that skill. So this is the same thing. You do have some spiritual abilities, meaning you can connect with spirit. It's just finding out what is the best way that you connect with them. Maybe you hear a message, that's clairaudience. Maybe you just have this knowing, that's claircognizance. Maybe you see visions or visuals or in your dreams, and that's clairvoyance. So it's learning more about yourself. It's not limiting yourself. It's not believing that you have to do things a certain way or receive messages a certain way for it to be right. So know that how one person does it doesn't necessarily have to be how it works for you. This is about, we do have the worker card here, finding out what best works for you. Now, if this is not in terms to like spiritual abilities or a spiritual journey, if this is about a work situation, a career, a creative endeavor, a talent of yours, it's the same thing. It's learning what works for you and how you work. It's getting to know yourself a bit better, connecting with yourself, grounding in self. We might discover we have a skill or a talent, but instead of learning more about how we express this talent or this skill, we tend to look for others. And sometimes we use others as inspiration, and that's beautiful. But sometimes we can fall into this comparison, comparing ourselves to others. And when we do that, we step away from self, because we start feeling like how we show up is not good enough or is not right. And when we do that, we close ourselves off. We start feeling insecure. We start losing confidence in what we're putting out there, in who we are, in how good we are in something. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's kind of like closing yourself, covering yourself, not letting others see you. So I do feel like you guys have already started something. You've tried at something. Maybe you put your creative work out there. Maybe you tried starting a YouTube channel, or you tried beginning your own business, or you tried at a career or a class, or simply like learning to play the guitar, for example. But you realized that you weren't able to pick it up easily. So let's say you did start a business, or you opened a YouTube channel. It didn't, what's the phrase they use? It didn't blow up, right? It didn't do as well as you expected it to. And so that demotivated you. You felt a little insecure. You thought, oh, I'm not good at this. And you closed yourself off. I feel like you kind of put a pause in. Because the Four of Stones is the Four of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and that's earth energy, and that's very slow moving energy. But the Four of Stones can be very stubborn, can be very grounded in an idea and stubborn about it, and it just won't budge. So if you feel frustrated or you felt disappointed in how things turn out for you, you might be sitting down on this mentality like, nope, I won't try again. It wasn't meant for me. That's it. This chapter of my life is closed forever. But you don't close it with a happy heart. It's sort of like with this disappointed, with this saddened heart, right? But we do have the joy card here. So the angels want you to know, your loved ones want you to know that this is not the end of this. That things are just moving at a different pace for you. That sometimes it doesn't mean that you're not talented at something. It just means that it requires a bit more effort from you. You might learn at a different pace, and that's okay. And also, if you have been comparing yourselves to others, then notice if that is what has been holding you back. Because when we sit in that energy, we might become frustrated, we might become angry. And when we hold that energy within, then it creates a sense of blockage. What once filled us with joy, what once inspired us, now becomes something that we have to work at. Now it becomes something that we have to excel at or do better in. And so it kind of takes the joy and fun away from whatever it is that once brought you so much passion. So it's seeing how you're viewing the situation. Now this might be in terms to a work situation as well. If you felt like this once brought you passion and joy, but it no longer brings you that joy anymore, then it's realizing why that is. Is it how you're viewing it? Is it because you're comparing yourselves to others? This can even be comparing yourself to you, to how you did in the past or how you expect yourself to do. And if you don't meet those expectations, then you don't feel accomplished. You don't feel like you're doing your best work. But know that your best work is done when you're in this energy of joy. Because when you believe in yourself, when you truly believe in yourself, when you believe you have this magic, that's when all these clouds that I see as representing fogginess, unclarity, doubts, finally drift away. They move away, and it allows you to shine. It allows for you to be in the spotlight. So know that you carry this light within you, this light of uniqueness, this light of creativity, ingenuity. You have that within you. You have that spark. It's only time for you to start believing in it. It's time for you to start believing in yourself and to work on building this light, building it to a flame, re-sparking that passion and fueling it by allowing yourself to show up authentically. Again, how something worked for someone else doesn't necessarily mean that it will have to work for you. This is not a one size fits all kind of thing, okay? So this is learning more about yourself, getting to know yourself a little bit better, being a little bit more compassionate with yourself, giving yourself that safe space to grow. Because we do have a little dough here, right? And if we are continuously reprimanding this dough, telling it it's not good enough, making it feel bad because it still has wobbly legs that it cannot run or leap like a deer would, then what that only causes is for this dough to feel insecure about itself. But there's nothing wrong with this poor little dough. It's just that its body is not yet at the right stage or the right development to do all of these things that a deer can. So it's the same with you. You still need time to grow. Allow yourself that space to grow. Do not limit yourself. Do not close yourself to the opportunities, because I'm seeing stars here and I'm seeing how this dough is completely shielded away from that. And I see stars as guidance, as your spirit guides, and also as opportunities. So allow yourself to come out, take a peek outside, look at the stars, see how much potential you have, how much creativity, how much passion. The sun is a star, is the brightest star in the sky. Know that you yourself are a star, and when you allow yourself to shine, then you shine the brightest. This is about finding your own light. And these cards are actually very positive for me. This Four of Stones is reminding me on working on something, but being compassionate with it, being gentle with it, and believing in it as well. And so I see you guys building something that will be able to sustain itself, and that has potential to keep growing and growing and growing. I don't know, I'm looking at this symbol here, and it's just reminding me of like a ripple effect. So it just continues growing and it continues expanding. This might be something that will also inspire others. So that's the ripple effect I was getting. So again, it might be a creative endeavor, a business, career, learning something, allowing yourself to learn something new. This can just be allowing yourself to explore, again, to get to learn yourself. I also feel, again, if some of you are going through a spiritual awakening, getting to know what works for you. Maybe you discover a new way of connecting with spirit, something that has not been heard in the spiritual community. But how will you know if you do not allow yourself to venture out? So this is about taking a leap of faith in regards to yourself and venturing out, working on your spiritual abilities to see where are your strengths. This is all about getting to know yourself a little bit more and to not give up. It's time for you to rise, to awaken to you, to who you are, to what you bring to the table. No matter how different it is from others or how similar it is okay. As long as you are showing up in your truest form, as long as you're being true to you, it will all work out in your favor. The message when the trumpet sound, I feel like that's representing when the calling. So whenever you feel that calling in terms to a passion, in terms to an idea, then heed that call. Okay, just allow yourself to try. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. That is the main message here. And know that growing comes with falling down and getting back up again. It comes through facing obstacles and overcoming them. So allow yourself all of that. It's the whole package, the entire adventure. Do not limit yourself, for you are limitless, okay? Now I'm going to pull out a message for you guys. You are doing such a beautiful job. Okay, that's the message for you guys. That's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello seekers who chose the cluster clear quartz crystal. Okay, so before we get into the reading, I'd like to pull out some stars, and this can serve as confirmation for you guys. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, so we have the astrological sign Aquarius. We have Sagittarius and a Scorpio. So this might be your sun, moon, or rising. We have the letters B and I and the letters N. We have the number 26 or 2 and 6. Sorry, I just thought of it as 26. But these might be letters of your first or last name or a nickname, or maybe of a significant other, someone that you've been wondering about. But there it is, and these might be numbers that either you might be seeing a lot, or they might be birth date or a birth month, or just a significant day or number for you guys, okay? These are just here to serve as confirmation or validation. So I'll put these aside over here, and then I would like to pull out one of these cards that represent the 7 main chakras, just to see what chakras the angels are currently working with you on. Okay, so we have the sacral chakra, and now I would like to see who is currently guiding you, working with you, who is with you at this moment throughout your spiritual or personal journey. Is there any more? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So we have your higher self. So I feel like for you guys, it is very important to connect with your higher self at this moment, or your higher self is the one that is working with you through a situation or to bring you clarity. If you've been receiving a lot of messages or seeing a lot of signs or synchronicities, this is coming from your higher self. Okay, so your higher self is sort of like the highest version of you. It's the one that's connected to all of your lives, all of your spiritual knowledge. So if there's ever a time which you want to visualize your most authentic self or the highest version of you, then connecting with your higher self will help you do that. Also, if you have been questioning your identity, who it is that you are, or you find it very difficult to make a decision, or what you feel best suits you or what is right or wrong for you, then again, connecting with your higher self will bring you that sense of clarity, because it is you. It's just a version of you that is one with spirit, that knows all and sees all. So connecting with your higher self will help strengthen the connection with your intuition. Okay? But now we will move into the intuitive message. So I did receive the word wait and the phrase don't rush into things. So if you have been wondering whether to take action in something, be it reaching out to someone, ending, starting something, committing to something or someone, then your angels want you to know now is not the best time to start making any important decisions. Because for you guys, it feels like we're waiting on the right moment. And right now, it's not the right moment to make any big moves. Because, for example, if you do decide to reach out to someone, the person on the receiving end might not be in the best mood to receive the message you're sending out, and there might be some miscommunication. So it is best to wait it out a little while, especially if you have been feeling doubtful, insecure, or fearful on whether to make a move or what move to make. Because for you guys, it feels like when it is time to take action, you will know. And this knowing will not come from any space of fear. You will be confident in the decision that you will be making or the next step that you will be taking. And if you worry that if you don't take action now, an opportunity will be taken away from you, then no, that is not the case. Nothing will be taken away from you, especially if we let things unfold organically and at its own pace. The universe is working with you on this. Okay, but now let's move into the cards. So we have number 9, the Hooded Man, and we have Wisdom in reverse. Okay, so the Hooded Man is the Hermit in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and the Hermit is all about introspection. It is taking a moment of solitude in order to go within, to find clarity, to find the answers that you are seeking. So as it was mentioned in the intuitive message, your angels want you to know right now it is not a moment of action, it is a moment of pause and self-reflection. This is the perfect time to go within, connect with self in order to heal and to receive any information or knowledge that is required at this moment or will be needed in the future. You will be enlightened with all the knowledge and wisdom needed to bring about the clarity that you have been seeking. Especially if recently you have been feeling a little doubtful, indecisive in regards to what decisions to make, what steps to take next. Because I am sensing this energy of indecisiveness and even worry coming from this group. So if that is the case, then know that the answer, clarity, or solution will be given to you. But it is crucial for you guys to take a moment to pause. Do not feel like you need to take any action or make any big moves. I know that sometimes we feel like we need to take immediate action. We need to respond or to react, because if we don't, things might get worse for us or we might lose an opportunity. But sometimes the best response to a situation is to wait, to simply wait it out. And trust me, you guys, this is coming from personal experience. This happens more often than not, that things get complicated for us when we rush into things. Because usually when we do that, we're coming from a space of fear, from a space of insecurity. We're making decisions with doubt in our hearts. So when it is time to make a move, you will know. The universe will let you know. It might either give you a nudge, open opportunities for you, bring in the right people, the right information that will inspire you to make your next move. So again, if you're feeling doubts or insecurity, then that might be a sign from your higher self. Hey, right now it's not the best time to be making any decisions. Or if you feel like not making any move, if you're not feeling like taking any action, if you rather be in hermit mode, working on yourself, then trust that that is exactly what you need to be doing at this moment. It is time to trust a little more in self, that you know what is best for you and what will lead you to the best outcome. Because the universe is working with you. They're working in the background to put all the pieces in place, to have everything aligned perfectly for you, so everything will run smoothly and perfectly when it is time for you to make your move. And the moment that you ever decide to make a decision, it will come with this intuitive knowing. There will be no doubts, there will be no fear, but there will rather be a sense of certainty and confidence in the steps that you are deciding to take. We do have the tree in the background, and the tree comes out in the world card. So whenever I see this tree, I always see it as a representation of one's higher self, because this tree is the connection with the divine, is the connection with the universe. So I also see it as a coming back home to spirit, to self, connecting with all that is, becoming one with the universe. And we do have the higher self represented here. So for some of you, I feel it goes a little deeper than this. And I looked at the clock and it's 5:55. So you are being asked to literally take a moment of your day to go within. So if you practice some form of spirituality, be it meditation, affirmations, prayers, mantras, or whatever it may be, but recently you haven't been doing any of that, then your angels are asking you to make space for those practices again, because they are really encouraging you to reconnect with self, especially if you have been asking for some signs from the universe or for messages of any sort. Be it confirmations, validations, whatever it may be. Because if you have been asking for something but you feel you haven't received any reply from the universe, from spirit, from your higher self, from angels, etc., not because the messages aren't coming through, it's because you're not really seeing them. And the reason why you're not seeing them is because you're doubting what has already come through for you guys. Because we do have the wisdom in reverse, and the wisdom talks about this intuitive knowing. I see it as a claircognizance, where you just know something and you do not question it, you do not doubt it. There's a certainty with it. And with the wisdom card in reverse, I am seeing a blockage in terms to the crown chakra. Now, when the crown chakra is fully activated and open, that is when we can receive clear messages coming from higher realms, from our higher self. And I'm getting this form of mistrust, but mistrust with self, with your own intuition. So if you feel like you don't have the answers, or that you cannot trust yourself, then whatever comes your way, whatever it is that you see, whatever it is that your higher self is sending you to validate and confirm what you already know, you will never be able to really accept it. Because it is coming from you, it's coming from your higher self. And if you don't trust yourself, then how can you trust in the messages that are coming in? So I feel it's very important to rebuild that relationship with self and strengthen it, so that whatever comes through, you will be able to see it for what it is, acknowledge it, and accept it. And then there will be no doubt or this sense of unclarity or feeling like you are in the unknown. Now, I know this is a reading about angel messages, but for this group, if you have been connecting with your angels recently or calling to them, your angels want you to know that yes, they are hearing your call and they are with you, they are protecting you, they are guiding you, yet they are wanting you to start building a relationship with your higher self, because I feel it's very important to do that at this phase of your spiritual journey. It will help you align more with your true self and descend to the next phase of your spiritual journey. Because I feel like the next chapter that you will be embarking in, it will require of you to trust in self. Because this might be a phase in which you will be making a lot of important decisions. And you will need to be at a point in which you can discern what is right for you and what isn't without feeling any sense of doubt or insecurities. It is coming into awareness of what is meant for you. This stone here is reminding me of the Ace of Stones in this deck, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and that speaks of a new beginning, and this is a promising beginning. It is one that will be able to give to you for the long term. Now I am seeing that we do have winter here, and by the time I'm posting this video, it is winter season. At least it is in the northern hemisphere, right? Yes. So I'm feeling like you are going to work to connect more with your intuition during the winter, but what you are looking for will not be revealed to you possibly till the ends of winter and the beginnings of summer. Because see how this stone is still covered in snow? You will not be able to fully see it until the ice melts. Because we do have the Wren here. If you have been waiting for a message, we were talking about a message, sending out a message, receiving a message, then I feel like this message might come in a little late than you expected it to, but it is coming in. Again, I feel like something at this moment is blocking it, and the only thing I can see that is blocking it is you not trusting that this is coming in, or that it's already on its way, or that it's already around you in some shape or form. Because honestly, you guys, I feel like you have already been receiving some pieces of the puzzle. But for some reason, it is very difficult for you to believe that this is for you, or that this is of you, or that this is yours. Now, the number 9 is the number that comes before 10, and the number 10 speaks about ending of cycles, its conclusions. So the number 9 is coming to that ending, coming to that conclusion. So I'm seeing this as coming to the ending of this seeking, coming to the ending of this journey of feeling like you do not have the answer, like you're out in the cold. Clarity will be given to you. And for some of you, I feel you might either be helping others through their own spiritual journey, and there is a message that you will be asked to give or to send out pretty soon. Again, I'm feeling like maybe by the ends of winter, and I feel Spirit is preparing you to put that message out there. So you might be receiving a lot of messages through the dream space or through meditation. So again, it's very important to open that crown chakra, to feel confident in self, also feel confident in your identity, who it is that you are, what is it that you truly believe in, because that will help give you a foundation and a grounding. And opening that crown chakra will allow you to receive these messages that are coming through from higher beings. For some of you, I just got quickly, you might be even connecting with the stars or star systems during the winter time. Yeah, so if you are called to look at the stars or to connect with the certain constellation or asterism, then yeah, again, follow that call. You are being guided, okay? So now I'm going to pull out a message for you guys. You see, your soul and heart is never without knowing. This is pretty much the entire reading summed up in just a few words. Oh, I need to say this because I just got it right now. If you have been waiting for someone to hear from someone, please know that they are on their own spiritual journey. They are reconnecting with themselves. If they are more connecting with their own intuition and finding the answers to their own questions. And if you are wondering about this person and you feel strongly connected to them in some way energetically, or you've been thinking about them a lot, it might be because you are energetically connected to each other and you are both on the same phase of the journey. So they are also seeking answers to some of their questions as you are. So both of you are really connecting with your higher selves at this moment, discovering that you hold all the wisdom within, that your souls and heart are never without knowing. And I feel like once you connect with your higher selves, and that's when you will be able to connect with each other. And then this communication might even not just happen on a spiritual level or energetical level, but will also manifest in the material plane. So this is actually receiving a physical message from them, or connecting or communicating with this person. And I do feel like with the wisdom card, you both are very wise, very knowledgeable. I'm getting like old soul type of energy. You've incarnated many times on this earth, but not only on this planet. Feels like other star systems or other planets as well. You know a lot. This wisdom can only be tapped into when you decide to tap into self, okay? And I feel like there's a blockage for some of you in your sacral chakra, and this has to do with your feminine energy. So again, this is about nurturing yourself, trusting yourself, feeling safe within the self. This might even be in regards to some mother wounds, or your relationship with mother, the mother energy. I just got the word respect. So respecting yourself, respecting your body, and releasing any feelings of shame in regards to your body, your sensuality, your sexuality. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this one. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye bye.